Well, how young is too young for a cell phone? And do kids really need them? We're taking a deeper look into this debate this morning with Lisa LeGroux from OaklandCountyMoms.com. Thank you again for joining us.
Thank you, Kim.
You know, it's an ongoing debate. Some kids have them, some kids don't. My kids do happen to have them. But I want to ask you, what do you think the right age is for a kid? And I know there are a lot of variables here. But.
Yeah, I spoke with a Verizon rep actually, because it is one of the hottest debates. And you'll see parents, you know, typically not expecting this dilemma when it comes to them, and they have to make that decision. But it's very circumstantial. What's happening in the situation in the home? You know, do you not have a landline, perhaps? I spoke to a group of moms, and one mom made that great point. Her kids are old enough to leave at home, but they don't have a landline in the house, and it's great to have a cell phone so they can contact her if they need to. We have single parents that want their kids to be able to contact them at any moment.
Yep, that's why I have one for my kids, yeah.
Yeah, it really depends on the situation that you have.
So, on average, what would you say, though? Given all those factors and putting it together, is there a magic age?
Yeah, actually, Verizon said that they noticed some as young as 8 or 9.
Wow, okay. Good.
But the average...
Mine are 10.
Yeah, but the average is about the middle school years where the families will add their children onto their family plan.
And should it be a smartphone?
Well, as the kids get older, you know, you have a high schooler that you'd rather have them grow into the phone. They're going to have the phone for 2 years, and they're going to nag you every day if you don't get something they can grow into. So a smartphone is good for the high schoolers. There are apps on there that can help with homework. There are apps on there that can help them study for an SAT exam, you know.
That's true.
Yeah, so there are helpful, you know, points to it. But the kids that are younger that don't need a smartphone, a basic handset will do.
And also, you know, it's good to set boundaries with the kids. And, you know, if you can limit minutes and things like that, it's good to start from the beginning and stick with the plan. Absolutely.
And there are options with most phone plans that you can buy into for a small fee each month, that you can restrict the number of texts that are sent a month, the number of minutes, not like you and I where we go over, we pay a little extra. It just cuts off.
Oh, okay. So, I need to look into that.
Yeah. You know, and then you can also choose what time of day. You know, some parents, they don't want their children to do it during homework hours, dinner time, bedtime, and you can actually program the phone to not work during certain times of the day or days of the week.
Yeah, well, you know, it is the reason I chose to go ahead with it was because I am a single mom, and it is actually easier to deal with the situation where the kids are with their dad at some point. You know, and then you call to say goodnight, and you can't always get a, you know, so that in that case it does work well for us. And plus, we do have a landline, but we don't always use it. I mean, I don't even think I know the number to that. And
it's a peace of mind, you know, for both people, for the children to know that they can always get a hold of you, and for you to know that they'll get a hold of you if they need to. You know, so it definitely is a nice, comforting tool to have in some cases.
I really don't know any of the kids at school that don't have the cell phones these days.
Really? So at that young? Yeah.
Well, they're 10 now, so yeah. And, you know, some of the younger kids don't have them, but 10 and up, I'd say almost all of them do.
Yeah, I think as long as you set the ground rules, you know, you have to know what's right for your situation at home, and you set the ground rules and make it clear what you expect. And
it does, frankly, with those free apps, it does make it a shorter trip when you're in the car and they're playing their phone games. It's good.
And just remember the tools that are available, that you can make it a very safe phone for your children by buying into those control usage options.
All right, wonderful. Thanks. Good advice.
Well, thank you.
Thank you so much. Jay, over to you.